Welcome back, everyone, to another video. Original Blood Ace here, and it's time for a slight dip back into the past. Do you remember this? Miyamoto was asked a long time ago about an actual Nintendo theme park, and he said it's certainly a possibility. Now, this picture is obviously not a real thing, uh, but this was back with Nintendo Land when it released. They said Nintendo Land very much teased us, and everyone wants to actually go to Nintendo Land in person. Have you ever been approached about a Mario theme park, or is that ever something you would consider in real life? Now, Miyamoto at the time said, certainly, with Nintendo being in the entertainment industry, there may come at some point in the future, or there may come some point in the future where that might become a possibility. But right now we've got our hands full with creating our digital products. Certainly, it's not an impossibility. Well, fast forward. Does it actually tell me when this was? March 25th, 2013. So almost 2 years ago. Pretty much 2 years ago. Fast forward 2 years. And bum, Nintendo signs theme park deal with Universal Studios. Huh. Huh. Now, I know a lot of people around the world are excited and woo, it's awesome, they can't fucking wait. For me personally, if you know me, you might think, oh, hey, let me guess, he's gonna say, oh, it's stupid, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say, 2 years ago when Miyamoto was asked about this, I was excited for it. I was like, oh yeah, I could totally see that. I really think that'd be cool. Now, I'm not sure exactly what happened to change my mind. Maybe it's just me, over the past 2 years being grinded down by Nintendo's stupidness, or stupidity. That's the word I'm looking for. But right now, I find I'm like, okay, why not? And I'm not that excited for it. Now, also, it could be the fact that I don't really care much for theme parks. I'm not the type who's like, fuck yeah, let's go on the crazy roller coaster where you're upside down and in the dark and upside down and, all that shit. Not my kind of thing. Not my cup of tea. I'm not an adrenaline junkie. If I go to theme parks and fairs and whatnot, I'm always the one that I'll eat the food, I'll play the little mini games to win the prizes, that type of thing. The rides, I'll go on a few, but nothing extreme because I just don't care. It's not my thing. Um, but it is a big news story, that's for sure. So Nintendo characters and worlds will soon be available to visit at Universal theme parks, and some people, I should say, are complaining, as they always do, like, oh, it should have been Disney partnering up with EA, or EA, woo, ooh, don't want to say that, with Nintendo. um, and I can see where you're coming from saying that, but one thing you have to put into consideration is like Disney is also in the video game industry. Universal Studios is not. Disney, while a global juggernaut of their own, they are Nintendo and Disney are very opinionated, very strict, very stubborn, very one-sided. Nintendo says this is our way and we're doing it this way. Disney says the same fucking thing. So if there was any kind of disagreement between Nintendo and Disney, then it would end in an explosion. No one would give in, and it would just that would cause problems. So two big heads going at it would not end well. Not to say Universal Studios is a pushover, but I think this will be a better choice. Now, as for how many of these theme parks, I don't know how many will actually happen. So it's probably only going to be one in the States and one in Japan and maybe one in Europe. But whatever. Anyway, the Mario Maker has signed a deal with Universal to feature Mario, Luigi, and company in immersive experiences, presumably rides, shows, and other attractions. Now, I hope they do this properly, because we don't want to see, realistic Mario costumes where it's like some fat Italian guy in red overalls with like a real mustache. Because if you've seen that image, if you look up like realistic Mario on Google or whatever, it's fucking terrifying. We don't want to see that. If you keep it cartoony, then we can work with that. And And as for like all the experiences and stuff, a lot of people are just like, oh, there's totally going to be Splatoon paintball. I could see that, but at the same time, would people really want to go to a theme park and get all their clothes covered in ink? Because then your clothes would get wrecked. I don't know. Granted, they could have you put on paint suits or something, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to find out more details later on. But anyway, imagine a real-world Mario Kart race with go-karts. That's the funny thing is, there's already real-life Mario Kart go-karts. I saw one. Where was it? It was at a Costco actually, and that was about a month ago or so. So those already do exist, but uh, like in a theme park where you could actually go around, you'd be like, oh, how come I can't go upside down in my go kart? You'd be so used to Mario Kart 8, but it would be something. A Luigi's Mansion style haunted house. I feel like that would be more of like, oh, look, a ghost, woohoo, it's cool, it's wacky. I don't think, no matter how hard you tried, that Luigi's Mansion is not scary. It's just not. It's more of a. I mean, even if you're a kid, you might be like, you'd get startled just from like a ghost popping out, but it wouldn't be like, ah, run away and pee your pants and everything. It would just be more of like, oh, you scared me, like you startled me. But either way, what else? A Goron-themed Legend of Zelda roller coaster. I don't know where they got the idea for Goron from, but a Zelda roller coaster. Oh, maybe from Skyward Sword, I guess, with the minecart type thing. Was that really the Goron thing? I can't remember now. I don't know though. See, with Zelda, uh, I think even though sounds like insulting to the Zelda franchise, I'd rather have like the big building cafeteria thing. I'd rather that be the Temple of Time, to be honest. Just have a giant fucking church-like building with the Temple of Time, and at one end of the room and from Ocarina of Time, I mean, where at the end of the room you have the pedestal with the, what is it called? Um, oh, I should know this. The three stones in the beginning of Ocarina of Time. There's the one from the Deku Tree, the one from the Goron uh, mining place, and one from Jabu Jabu's belly. I forget what they're called, but have those three glowing things there. That'd be awesome. But anyway, ink on the deal is still fresh, it seems. Neither company has any concepts or firm dates to share today. But it is another sign of Nintendo making good on its promise to further expand the reach of its valuable character franchises, something company boss Satoru Iwata pledged early last year. Which is funny, because he always says one thing and does the other. But, whatever. Nintendo and Universal Parks and Resorts today announced plans to bring the world of Nintendo, blah blah blah, to life, creating spectacular, dedicated experiences based on Nintendo's widely popular games, characters, and worlds, the press release states. Let's see, what else could they do? A Donkey Kong barrel challenge thing, I don't know, that'd be kind of interesting. The agreement brings two icons of entertainment together and represents a significant partnership for Nintendo as it expands the reach and popularity of its characters and intellectual property. It should also be said that it represents a significant partnership to Universal, having fucking Nintendo characters there. What'd be funny, just for shits and giggles, is do a throwback to Nintendo Land with this in real life, where you actually have one of the people in the costumes dressed up as Monita, or whatever her name was, the computer monitor who was kind of annoying. That would be fucking hilarious. And she would just walk around and be like the information booth and just tell you all the most useless things, follow you around, keep telling you things that you already know, be like, the washrooms are over there, the concessions are over there, if you go over there, you'll find this, and oh, that would be so annoying, but so fucking hilarious. Now, for the first time, those stories and characters will be brought to life in entirely new ways, only at Universal theme parks. There's a picture of Baby Park. That'd actually be kind of a fun thing. Universal currently operates theme parks in Los Angeles, Orlando, and Florida. Did they spell that Rorida? That's what it looks like. Nope, never mind. That's just a smudge on my gamepad. Osaka and Japan and Singapore. New parks in Moscow and Beijing are also being built. Nothing for Canada. Big shocker. But yeah. So, that's all I gotta say on the subject. Not much more to say. It is exciting, and it will be interesting to see what happens. I really hope that they don't fuck it up in the sense that oh, F-Zero should be definitely done too. Except you can't really replicate going 500 miles an hour, kilometers an hour in Canada here. But what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I hope that they don't ruin things. Say like the Zelda franchise. It'd be hard to ruin the whole franchise, but I mean, say they do something with Zelda where I don't know. I can't think of something bad. That's how good Zelda is. It's hard to think of a way to screw it up. Imagine if you're in like a fake dungeon that they built, and if you use your mobile phone, you can download a Navi app and have her go, hey, listen, like, oh, that would be horrible. uh, but anyway, oh, totally just thought of a great idea here. If they do any Zelda things, there must be a person in a costume that is a fucking re-dead, and they have to have that sound effect playing, that ooh, rah, rah, and screeching attack and everything, and they jump on your back. No, don't really jump on the people's back. That'd be horrible. Lawsuit. But they should definitely have a fucking re-dead costume. That would be amazingly fucking badass. Anyway, I've talked about this long enough. I'm Original Blood Ace. As always, stay tuned. More videos coming soon. And remember, I said... starting probably around Friday, I'll start doing my E3 prediction videos. Yeah, I don't know if we'll do a video before then on Original Blood Ace. We'll see, depending on if any crazy stories come up. Either way, see you later, as always.